Hello, here's Alex from BC Designer, and in this video I'm going to show you how to convert this set of indicators that I have here into what we can call a scorecard. So basically our goal is to group these indicators into the perspectives and then calculate the performance of each perspective and well, make it all visually attractive. So let's give it a try. I suggest to start with the what we can call a visually attractive grouping. And to do this, I need to pick the rows that I want to group and use this function here. And basically this gives me this option. So now I have the group for this branch, and then I can repeat the same steps for other indicators, creating some multi-levels. Yeah, and the same for finance. I have here just one indicator. Some indicators are in learning and growth perspective. Okay, and I don't have any indicator in internal perspective, so let me just create some random indicator. Put here some standard values and give them the performance. Okay, so now I have indicators here and I can group these rows. So this structure, this grouping helps us to maintain our scorecard a little bit more organized. But for now, the performance for these perspectives is not calculated. So let's add necessary performance formulas to calculate the performance. A good thing about calculation of the performance for these perspectives is that we already have normalized values of these indicators. We already have the performance of these indicators. And in previous videos, we discussed how to calculate the performance when we need to take into account the weight. We did it for these two indicators. So basically, the only thing that we need to do now is to calculate average. And that's it. This will give us a necessary performance figures. So let's do it. Okay, average. And I pick the necessary cell, the performance, and that's it. So I have the average for this group, and for the perspective, the average will be calculated in exactly the same way. I need to put there. Okay, so it's from I5 to I6. 5, I6. Okay, so we did the average calculation for these two elements. Now let's copy it here to calculate the average for these two. Yeah. Okay, for finance it's one item, but anyway, let's calculate it. And finally, for learning and growth, I think I don't need this example anymore, so I will delete it, and I will have my performance, my average for this. Okay, so now I can close, and I will see that my performance figures are still here. And now what I need to calculate is to calculate the average of these values to have average for the total performance. Let's see if we can calculate this in this way. I guess we cannot, because this grouping will actually involve the indicators inside. So we need to calculate this average manually by summarizing these several values. 5. Okay. And dividing it by 4. It's not really convenient, but if you don't modify your scorecards a lot, you won't find any problems with this. So we have this average. This is our total scorecard performance. So that's how you can do it in spreadsheet software. And well, if your scorecard is not a big one, you can do with it. And basically, if I change something like this predefined choice that we discussed before how to create it, if I change some value here, the performance will change, and respectively the performance of the perspective will be updated, as well as the performance of the total scorecard will be updated. Okay, I think it's clear how to do it in a spreadsheet. Now let me switch to BC Designer Online and show you how to do it there. Well, okay, this is a specialized software, so this sort of thing will be a little bit easier here. So first of all, I just create some perspectives, and I just drag and drop my indicators there and repeat it for other perspective as well. So it's quite intuitive, and we just drag and drop items. And as you can see, while I'm changing the structure, this all is changing. So I'm doing it in a cloud-based BC Designer Online, but you can do it in a free version of BC Designer, which is BC Designer Lite, where the interface is very similar. So let me just put it there. I guess the idea is clear, that having it in specialized software, it's a little bit easier. And basically the software does the same things for me. It calculates for me the performance of the perspective. It calculates for me the performance of the whole scorecard. And well, for now we have these KPIs. And that's it. So as I mentioned before, you can get a free version of BC Designer, which is called BC Designer Lite. And there you can see it on this screenshot. You can reproduce a similar structure, and using specialized software, it's much easier. So if you need to do some, let's say, prototypes, some limited set of indicators, you can do it in a spreadsheet, of course. But if you want to plan for future growth, then I would recommend to do it in a specialized software. I think that's all for today. I will share the links to the BC Designer Lite, as well as to some relevant videos that we discussed before, in the description for this video.